Angelo, once again, batting is a major disappointment. It's been happening from the India series onwards. What's really going wrong with the batting?
Yeah, well, I thought, the middle order let us down today. We batted quite well in the last game. I thought, we were just being positive, but today we didn't really, assess the wicket as such, because it wasn't the ideal wicket for batting. It wasn't coming on really well. It was, we had to fight it out there. The batters had to fight it out there. We just kept losing wickets, and we reassessed. By the time we reassessed, it was a bit too late. But Tisara batted brilliantly. But 150 would have been a challenging score on that wicket, because it was stopping and turning quite a lot.
It is all over for Sri Lanka. What's the hard lesson you got from this tournament? And right now, the middle of the tournament, any team impressed you amongst the, apart from you, 9 teams is there? Any team impressed you?
Well, firstly, it is definitely not all over for us. We just lost only one game, and we have 2 more games to go. If we win those 2, we will still be in the semi-finals. So we're just looking to win those 2 games. Not looking too far ahead. I think it's just that we are doing mistakes here and there, which actually cost us the whole outcome of the game. And today the middle order collapse was the downfall. If we had another 20-25 runs on that wicket, it would have been a different story. But unfortunately, we didn't. But we just shove it under the carpet. We've got 2 more days to go. We have a very good a break, going into the next games. So we'll work hard on our fielding, because we were so sloppy on the field again. And so we'll work hard on all the departments and try and win the next 2 games.
This is Narayankar from PTI. Chris Gale did not come into bat. When you saw that, what was the feeling, and did you see any chance of winning?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Chris is a major player for West Indies, and if he gets going, it's really hard to stop him. But we were really concentrating on the things that we could do to get them out. We knew that Chris was not on the field, so he couldn't bat till he serves that time. But well, unfortunately for us, the other batsmen of the West Indies, batted really well. Especially Fletcher, he batted really well, and we were quite sloppy on the field, so we left them off the hook.
We saw West Indies struggle with the spin, so would you look at Jeffrey van der Sey's performance as a positive going into the next game, and if so, why?
Absolutely. I mean, he flew in yesterday, and he was terrific today. I mean, he bowled the best out of the lot, actually, from both teams, and he was gripping and turning the ball as well. So a leggy is always useful in a team. We will definitely look forward to have him in the team.
Considering your middle order is being a bit iffy, you think there's any temptation for you to promote yourself to, I don't know, 1 down or 2 down or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, depends on the team's needs. Well, actually, I mean, and also the situation. Well, I was in early today. I mean, just after the 6th over, and unfortunately, I couldn't get going. Well, I was struggling a little bit, and got to the launching stage and lost my wickets, unfortunately. But Tisara batted really well. I thought it was a big positive for us. But we all need to try and take on responsibility, because we've got the players to do that. Unfortunately, it's just not clicking.
Last 2 questions anyway. Angelo, you were talking that the pitch was stopping and it was bowlers hard to come on. Barring Bombay, which has produced an average of 200 runs, the rest of the tracks have been very challenging, be it Eden or Dharmashala or this one. Are you surprised by the pitches that's coming up for this, and what's your take on?
No, not really. I mean, not surprised at all. These are Asian conditions. Whether you play in Sri Lanka or India or in Bangladesh, it'll be this time of the year. It'll be same kind of wickets. Mumbai is a different story. Mumbai has a little bit of bounce and pace, but all other parts in India are quite slow and low. I mean, this is the heaty season, and especially in this season, the wickets are much drier. So, well, not at all surprised, but it is a challenge that we have to face. I mean, all batsmen, have to face a challenge, and the bowlers also needs a chance on these type of wickets. India generally have been there has been no mercy for the bowlers, but this time, we see the spinners coming on pretty quickly, and they are coming into play, quite often.
Angelo, you mentioned the fielding. It's been there has been a trend of maybe not taking a lot of catches in the past few months. What's that down to? You're obviously doing the training. Or is it inability to execute under pressure? What's that down to?
Well, I think we've been training so hard on our fielding and batting and bowling. I mean, we've given ourselves the best chance in training, especially. I mean, we've worked really hard on our fielding with the fielding coaches, and also on the techniques, everything. And it's just the pressure situations, I think, when we've seen even the best fielders dropping catches, but unfortunately for us, we've been dropping a few in the last couple of games, and which we can't afford to do, because if we drop a good player, and if he's going to score runs, we'll obviously end up losing.
Anjali, could you talk about the duel you had with Suleiman Bain? You managed only 5 runs of 13 balls. And like you said, that you got your iron and you could not launch yourself. Do you give credit to Ben, the way he bowled?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he bowled some real good Yorkers, and I just couldn't get off the strike and give it to Thisara. But he bowled really well. He was mixing up his pace, and he was and while we were lining up to hit him, he just bowled some really good Yorkers, and he got away with it. And credit should go to them. They bowled really well.
Questions from this Questions?
ඇන්ජලෝ අපි දැක්ක තරමක හොඳ ආරම්භයක් ලැබුණා. පන්දුවට පහර දෙනකොට කොතනින්ද තරංගය අපෙන් ගිලිහුනේ කියලා මොකද හිතෙන්නේ?
ඔව් මම හිතන්නේ පළමුවෙන්ම ටීම් ඩිල්ෂාන්ගේ ඒ අවාසනාවන්ත දැවියාමින් පස්සේ අපි ටිකක් පස්සේ කකුලට ගියා. ඊට පස්සේ ඒ තනතිල්ල ඒ තරම්ම අපිට ඉක්මනින් ලකුණු රැස් කරගන්න බැරි තනතිල්ලක්. අපි සැරෙන් සැරේ ඒ කඩළු බිඳ වැටීමෙන් තමයි මම හිතන්නේ පස්සේ කකුලට ගියේ. ඊට පස්සේ අපි මැද හරියේදී ඕවර් 6න් පස්සේ කඩළු දෙකක් ගිහිල්ලා තිබුණාන් පස්සේ අපි කල්පනා කළා, අපි කතා කරා 150ක් වගේ ගහගත්තොත් මම හිතන්නේ හොඳ අවස්ථාවක් තියෙනවා ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්න. අපි 150කට විතර යමු කියලා හුඟක් ලොකු ටාගට් එකක් ගන්න නැතුව. නමුත් අවාසනාවකට දිගින් දිගටම කඩළු දැවි ගියා. අන්තිමේදී තිසරට සහ මට ටිකක් කඳුල්ලේ රැඳී සිටින්න වුණා ඕවර් 15ක් 16ක් යනකම්. මොකද අපි ශෙහාන් ජයසූරියව එළියෙන් තියලා තමයි බැන්න සේව ගැස්සුවේ. ඉතින් අපේ බැටිං උඩ් ටිකක් තින්න උනා. ඉතින් අපිට ඕන වුණා පාර්ට්නර්ෂිප් එකක් බිල් කරලා 140කට 50කට ගෙන්න ගන්න. නමුත් අවාසනාවකටකට අන්තිම මොහොතේදී බැරි වුණා කරගන්න.
ඇන්ජි දැන් ශ්‍රී ලංකා කණ්ඩායමේ වත්මන් දක්ෂතාවයේ අනුව නායකයෙක් ලෙස ඔබ කොතරම් පීඩනයක් ලක් වෙලා දින්නේ? ඉදිරි දන් වලට යනකොට කණ්ඩායම මොන වගේ වෙනස් වීම්ද වෙන්න ඕන?
මම හිතන්නේ අපි සෑම ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක තරඟ පරදිනකොට මම හිතන්නේ පීඩනය හුඟක් වැඩි. නායකයෙක් විදිහටත් කණ්ඩායමක් විදිහටත් අපි දන්නවා අපි හොඳින් ක්‍රීඩා කරේ නැති වුණාම පීඩනය වැඩියෙන් එනවා. අපි තරඟ පරාජය වුණාම විශේෂයෙන්ම ලෝක කුසලානයකදී පීඩනය වැඩියෙන් එනවා. නමුත් කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. මේ තත්ත්වෙන් එළියට එන්න ඕනේ මේ කණ්ඩායමමයි. අපි ගිය තරඟයේදී හොඳින් ක්‍රීඩා කරා. මේ තරඟයේදී 150ක් තිබුණා නම් හොඳ අවස්ථාවක් තිබුණා අපිට ජය ගන්න. නමුත් අවාසනාවකට කඩළු නිතර දැවි ගිය හන්ද කරගන්න බැරි වුණා. ඉතින් අපිට ඉදිරි තරඟ දෙකේදී හොඳ ප්ලෑන් එකක් දාලා අපිට තව දවස් 5ක් විතර තියෙනවා ඊළඟ තරඟයට ඉස්සෙල්ලා. ඉතින් හොඳින් පුහුණු වීම කටයුතු කළා පන්දු රැකීම අංශයෙන් සහ පන්දු යැවීම පන්දුර පහර දීම අංශයෙන් ඒ සියලුම අංශ වලින් හොඳින් පුහුණු වීම කළා ඊළඟ තරඟ දෙක ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා.
ඇන්ජලෝ ක්‍රිස් ගේල් පන්දුර පහර දෙන්න ආවේ නැහැ. ඔබ දැනගෙන ඉන්නේ නැති ක්‍රිස් ගේල් ඕපන් කරන්නේ නැහැ කියලා. මොකද ඒ වෙලේ ඔබේ සැලැස්මක් තිබුණාද වෙනසක් කරාද මොකක් හරි එහෙම?
ඔව් අපි ක්‍රිස් ගේල් පන්දුර පහර දෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා දැනගෙන තමයි මම දෙවනි ඕවරේ ඉඳන්ම අපේ දඟපන්දු යවන්නන් ගෙනාවේ. මොකද දඟපන්දු යවන්නන්ට යෝග්‍ය තනතුරක් වුණා ඒක. ඉතින් මම ඔවුන්ගේ ක්‍රිස් ගේල් අරුණම දකුණත් ක්‍රීඩකයන් තමයි ඔක්කොම හිටියේ. ඉතින් මම ඒකයි පළවෙනි ඕවර් 12 ඇතුළත ඕවර් 10ක් විතර බැන්ඩ සේවයි මිලින්ද සිරිවර්ධනවයි රංගන හේරත්වයි පාවිච්චි කරේ. අපි ඒක තරමක් දුර සාර්ථක වුණා. අවාසනාවකට අපිට මම හිතන්නේ පන්දු යවන්නන් ඉතාමත් හොඳට පන්දු යවුවා. අපි පන්දු රැකීම සහ පිටකරණයෙන් තමයි ඒ දක්ෂතාවයන් පෙන්වුන්නේ නැත්තේ. නමුත් පන්දු යවන්නන් ඉතාමත් හොඳට පන්දු යවුවා කියලා මම විශ්වාස කරනවා.
Andrea, wonderful batting performance. You started off well. You used the power play well, but little later on, the Sri Lankan spinners came on. How difficult it was then?
It was a bit difficult. The ball started spinning a lot, but I told myself after seeing a few wickets fall, it's my opportunity to bat through. So I try my best to see if I can bat through to take the team home, and I'm happy that I did that.
Andre, no offense at all, but when you're batting and that caught behind, which was a bump catch, and everyone there at the stadium wanted Chris Gayle to come in, how does it feel when, obviously he's such a big star, but how does it feel to be doing so well and the crowd wanting you to get out?
I wouldn't say maybe wanted me to get out, but Chris would always be Chris. He's a great T20 batsman, and everybody would love to see him bat. Me myself, I would love to see him bat as well, being on the other end. But it's just that I got the opportunity to open bat, and I'm grateful for it. But as I told the commentator, it's not a case where I could take his spot. I can't take his spot. No, I don't think anyone in the world can take his spot. So I'm happy that I did the job for the team, and I'm grateful for that position.
Hi, Andre. Could you shed some light on the thinking behind Chris being dropped down the order on the back of his century? He opened the batting.
Okay, this is the explanation.
Yeah.
Because he was off the field, he had to spend a certain time off the field before he could bat. That was up until 10-11. He couldn't bat before 10-11 or 5 wickets down. It's a slight hamstring injury. He's okay to continue the tournament. There's not an issue.
Thank you.
Do you think now the opener slot is to you? You consolidated that slot with Chris Gayle for the next matches in this tournament?
I can't answer that. We just hope that whatsoever the team we select and whatsoever position we guys decide to bat, the captain or the coach decide we should bat, then that takes its position. But for now, I can't say whether I will be opening or even playing the next game. So, I have to just keep my fingers crossed.
Andre, we're up against one more win, and you guys will pretty much be in the semi-finals. And we're playing Afghanistan. So how is the mood in the camp? It's almost assured of the
South Africa first.
South Africa, yeah, Afghanistan. But I'm just saying that one win and you would be in the semi-finals.
Well, we have a great team spirit, and as I said, we uniting as one. We just have to continue that momentum. try not to get too complacent. We always try to play each game as a final, so we would always go there and play as hard as possible, and once we could win all 4, it would be great for us.
Andre, the spinners had bowled pretty well in 48 when needed of 36 balls. I think when that over by Sirivardhana went for 19 runs. Before that over, were you were you worrying at all about the equation getting tight?
No, I wasn't worried because I always have my eyes on the score, and I know to myself 1 big over and we're back on track. So I try to play each ball on its merit. Once it come in my half, I will back myself to clear the ropes, and that's what I did. So it wasn't a case of any panic.
You have almost cemented a place in the semi-final. From here on, how do you see your chances of lifting the cup for the second time?
Well, since before the World Cup, we know what we're capable of. We know the strength of our team, and we always back ourselves to win the World Cup. So, it's good to see that we have 2 wins under our belt. So, as I said, once we get to the semi-finals, we take it from there into the finals, and for sure, once we continue playing the cricket that we are accustomed playing, we would win lift the cup a second time.
Andre, you let out a shriek as soon as West Indies won the match. It was obviously a release, but how significant was it for you to start the innings and finish on undefeated?
Well, I've been playing T20 for a while, and I've been getting out as soon as I make 50. So, I was trying to encourage myself to bat through as much as possible. Wickets was falling, so I know, once I bat through, the great chance we have a great chance of winning the game. So, as I said, I'm happy that I did that. I was a bit under a little bit pressures because I wanted to do well, so I always try to motivate myself, and knowing that I, come out on top, I'm happy for that. Well, it was a bit difficult, as I said, as the ball got older. It was a bit difficult to rotate the strike. The spinners bowl very well, and as I said, once you give yourself a chance as batters to bat on this wicket, you have a chance to make up in the end. So, I don't want to take away anything from the bowlers. They bowl really well, and it's just for us. Well, it's just that we wouldn't be playing any more games here. So maybe for the other teams, they have to look at the footage and see what they can do.
If you make it into finals, whom you fancy facing and beating in the finals?
Well, it doesn't matter who comes. We play everybody hard, and whosoever the opponent is, we would play them as how we are accustomed playing our game of cricket. And as I said, once we continue to do that, we have a great chance of winning.
Thanks, Andre. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate it.